What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this edition of TSR Live. Is it really TSR Live if we're just doing it like this? Anyway, it is good to have you guys in today. So this is not a TSR Live episode with an episode number. Usually I put my episode numbers on my breakdowns of Kevin Samuels and, of course, the Fresh and Fit podcast. But anytime I do just a Reddit article breakdown or something like this, I just make this a kind of a standalone video. At any rate, I am joined by the lovely and talented Devin. Now, Dev, it's been a while since you have been on. How you been?
It has. Hi, I'm good. Yeah.
Good. Very good.
Yeah,
So you
hard.
go ahead.
Working hard.
Working hard or hardly working. Now you actually one of the reasons why you haven't been on the air too often is because you just got Botox. And explain what happened with your with the Botox and all the rest of that.
Well, I mean, it worked. My forehead is very smooth.
Yes.
And I can't.
No more
make a
chicken
mad
feet.
face.
Is that what you said?
But yeah, I mean, she put some filler under my eyes because I have herniated fat pads under my eyes, which make me look like I'm tired all the time. So she put some filler in, and she hit a blood vessel, and I had a black eye for a week. So that was fun.
Oh, wow. So you actually had a black eye.
Yeah, it was like a full circle black eye. Yeah, it was not a good look. So.
And I think you actually got this done. If I'm not mistaken, I think you got this done on Wednesday. So it was the day after bowling.
No, it was Tuesday because it was starting to look bad when we were bowling last week.
Oh, okay.
And then it got really, really, really purple.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's really. Say again?
It looks good now.
Yeah, it looks great now. The lovely and talented Devin looking lovely and talented. As usual. There was something else that I wanted. Oh, so you just to get everyone set. So you just did your first, and we'll get to the topic at hand here in just a second. So you just did your first live show with Tallulah.
I did, yeah.
Or no, it wasn't live. It was a...
We recorded a video for her channel.
Okay, very good. And how did that go today?
It was fun. It was just me and her. It was the first time I've ever been on a podcast without you. So,
yeah, that's very, very
I
true.
still have a hard time not just turning towards you and trying to talk. But no, it was great. We talked about. Well, should I say what we talked about, or is that?
No, I mean I'll let them know. Yeah. You guys talked about alpha widows.
We talked about the topic of alpha widows, and it went in a lot of really fun directions. So I think it's interesting to be able to see the same topic from multiple red pill points of view. So it's not just saying being an alpha widow is a good thing, being alpha widow is a bad thing. It's a little bit of both.
Is.
Yeah.
Just is. All right, good. I don't know when Tallulah is going to release that. I don't know when she's going to release the podcast, but we're going to make sure that we release it after. After she does. We want to make sure we get her the views.
Subscribe to The Feminine Truth.
Yes. Subscribe to Tallulah's channel, The Feminine Truth. Tallulah's a real one. She really, really is. So what we're going to talk about. Oh, and by the way, guys, Love is Blind breakdown right after the show. So, Devin, you said... Oh, and by the way, here's something else that we have changed since the last time you were on the air. Your hair is back to being blonde.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah,
I got
almost.
one more good platinum push in it, and I think I should get all the red out. But it'll look really good by Miami time.
It really will look good. And the thing is I thought you look great with red hair. But when your roots start growing in, you can really see the roots against darker type hair. And so I was like, you know what? Let's go back to blonde because you get more bang for the buck in terms of longevity between,
it made for great pictures in the Fresh and Fit studio.
It did. So, it really did. You look great. Great. Imagine how you look as a blonde.
I know how I look as a blonde, honey.
No, with the professional makeup artist and all that. Oh, yeah, you forgot about that.
Okay.
You forgot about that. Okay, good stuff.
I'm ready.
All right, so what we're going to do today, guys, is we are going to break down another Reddit post. And you sent this to me because I asked you to send this to me. And by the way, guys, if you guys if you guys find a Reddit post that warrants a discussion by myself, send it to me, man. TSR@DonovanSharpe.com, TSR@DonovanSharpe.com, or you can send it to Devin@DonovanSharpe.com or SharpeAssist at gmail.com. But either way, Devin@DonovanSharpe.com or TSR@DonovanSharpe.com.
Yeah,
the reason why I'm going to start to do a little bit more of these is because Reddit it's a very, I think it's an accurate gauge in terms of what's really going on out here in the world. And the reason why I say this is because people are surprisingly honest on Reddit. These people, and most of the really hard-hitting, controversial posts are done with people with throwaway accounts. Most people who post these crazy posts on Reddit, they're not regular posters on Reddit. Is that what you found, or?
The ones that are put it this way. People use throwaway accounts when they don't want to be found out by looking up their real account.
Right.
So
Right.
it could be a mixture of both. It could be people who don't really regularly post on Reddit and just create an account to get something out there.
Yep.
But usually it's someone who has something to hide under their real name and could probably get figured out. So like if you don't want someone knowing that you made a post about if you like your husband's on Reddit or something and you don't want him to find out, then you wouldn't post under your name. That's all.
Yeah, and I think that most Reddit accounts with people who post, they're not using any name. They're, this one is here by the Dancing Cat.
Yeah.
I don't know that her husband I don't know that anyone knows how to find anybody on Reddit. They don't have to use their names. And because they don't have to use their names, none of the metadata is made public. People are excruciatingly honest most of the time. And that's the reason why I break these down, because we really get to sort of see inside the minds of people. Now, I'll tell you this particular post. Now, of course, I talked about honesty. The one that I broke down yesterday, the bitch clearly was not being honest. Listen, man, I'm going to reserve judgment until the end.
So I have a comment about yesterday.
Oh, go ahead. What you got on yesterday?
Yesterday, I think, was her testing out her story
Yes.
to the general public before she confronts her boyfriend with what's really going on. Because it just seemed like, okay, if I can get all of these people to agree with me, then I have all of this more ammunition to say, oh, I'm a victim. This is what happened.
Right.
He had no right. My sister was there. She even said that was a problem when they were dating. And, like all of these excuses that she kept coming back with to the people of Reddit, it was almost like she was practicing for her boyfriend.
Wow.
And
I've never thought of it. I have never, ever, ever, ever thought of it that way. It never occurred to me that that's what women would do.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I think that I think you're onto something, because yesterday's Reddit post is I don't want to have to tell my boyfriend, right? And so you're right. I think she was sort of testing theory. Now, she did a lot of defense. She was like, well, I told you that I was asleep and this happened or that happened. So do you think she ended up telling him, or is this just bullshit?
I'm sure she had to tell him something.
What do you think she told him?
She probably told him what she posted on Reddit, because
Unbelievable.
Even if he came back and he's like, I don't believe you, blah, 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 she could be like, well, look, here, I posted the story on Reddit. And this is what all these people had to say. They said, I'm the victim.
Yes.
So, if all these people are right, then you must be wrong.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it was just all part of the cover story.
Yeah, well, of course. We all knew that the whole thing was a part of a cover story. Which brings me to the one that you sent me. And so let's cue the music.
And I wasn't even looking.
You weren't even looking. So this one was posted on 2X chromosomes, as a matter of fact. And as you and I both know, 2X chromosomes is a shit show in terms of female delusion and everything in between. I tell you guys this all the time. If you want to know if what we talk about here in this space is true, become an Uber driver, a taxi driver, or go to 2X chromosomes. Women are surprisingly honest. They let you know what their true nature is, and it really when you drive an Uber or go to 2X Chromosomes, a lot of the things and the tenets that we teach here are verified almost constantly, and I think clearly that goes without saying. So let's go ahead and get started here. So this was posted by the Dancing Cat. It was probably 13 hours ago. That was, I don't know. It's less than a day ago. Legitimately, she says, one of the hardest things I have ever done. Backstory, I've been friends with this girl for 3 years. Her husband, and my fiance, and I have all become super close over the years. Her husband even went ring shopping with my fiance. He was supposed to be a groomsman. Well, my fiance and I got engaged a month ago. Sometime in mid-January, we were at his friend's house. And I'm just going to read this straight through, then we'll go back. Okay. My fiance, boyfriend at the time, and my friend had already gone to bed. And the husband and I were watching movies. Per usual, we were always the last ones to go to bed, but we always play games, watch movies, or shoot the shit. Well, we were watching Twilight. He said, "Can I tell you something?" "Sure, of course." And he proceeds to tell me all of these nasty things he would like to do to me. I keep telling him, you have a wife, she's my best friend. I just thought he was super drunk. Surely this is a mistake, she says. Somehow I make the excuse to, quote, go to bed during this, and I just freeze. I didn't sleep. Fast forward a couple of weeks, and this guy gets me so drunk that I do not remember hardly a thing. Similar story of that, his wife and my boyfriend had already fallen asleep. What I do remember is him groping me, kissing my neck, and me trying to push his hands away while he went towards my bottoms. I drink socially on weekends, she claims, but I'm normally always able to hold my liquor. I have never blacked out like this before. When I woke up, I had cocooned myself in a blanket on my couch. Yeah, by the way, this was at my house, and he had wedged himself behind me. That was about 6 weeks ago. I told my boyfriend/fiance pretty recently after the second incident. I was EPAR, spelled backwards, by an ex-boyfriend, and all I could do was have flashbacks. Oh boy. Well, I told her tonight. I have been so scared. I love my friend so much, but she deserved to know. I deserved to not hold it in. I was so scared she would disown me or blame me. And she didn't. Of course, she cried and cried, but she wasn't surprised. My heart absolutely breaks for her, she says. She was actually scared I wouldn't want to be friends with her anymore. I told her that I would always love her and stick by her side. I just needed to get this out. Thanks for reading. Now, we'll read all of the edits. Now, before we go through and break this down line by line here, what are your initial thoughts on this story?
Ooh, okay. So, I was thinking about this, and this is what comes to mind. All right, men innately want to protect women. So they create rules, guidelines, boundaries in a relationship, things like that, to protect their women, especially to protect their women when they're not there to protect them.
Of course.
Unfortunately, in like yesterday's story was that these women feel that protection is controlling, and it's abusive, and it's toxic, and it's a lack of freedom. And yet they end up in situations like this. So, first of all, if you're hanging out with somebody and their husband starts telling you that they want to do nasty things to you, believe them.
Yes.
And don't be in a situation alone with that person again. I mean, it's pretty, it's like pretty much common sense, let's be honest. And then secondly, if someone says they want to do nasty things to you and it makes you uncomfortable and you don't want to do that with them, do not get intoxicated and drink or do drugs around that person, because odds are, as the inhibitions go low, that desire is still going to be there and you won't have any defenses. So did he EPAR her? I don't think so. I don't even think it went that far. How do you wake up? First of all, how do all these girls get blackout drunk, remember everything that happens?
Yeah, right. Of course.
Right?
Of course.
Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know.
Yep.
You don't know what you don't know. So,
Yeah.
And then cocooned in a blanket while he was sitting behind her. Like,
Yeah,
that
he
sounds
was
very strange.
Well, he said he had wedged herself in behind her. He was spooning with her. I think that's what she was trying to. I think that's the picture she was trying to paint.
I thought she was like all wrapped up in the blanket, like cocooned, and then he was against the blanket.
As the reason why she said cocooned, see, what she wanted to say was I was in the fetal position, right? I was in the fetal position because something bad had happened to me, and he was right there behind me. That's really all she wanted to say there. Okay, so let's go through this, and let's poke this. Let's poke around here. Let me lower the background music a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So she says, I've been friends with this girl for 3 years. Her husband, and my fiance and I have all become super close over the years. Her husband even went ring shopping with my fiance. He was supposed to be a groomsman. So what she's doing here is she is trying to tell us that the husband of her best friend is friends with her fiance. And just like yesterday, the picture she's trying to paint here is, hey, these two guys know each other. They're good friends. They even went ring shopping together. So I was just completely shocked as to what happened. That's what I thought. What do you does that mean anything to you, or does that just kind of go over your head?
I mean, is she trying to do the bros before hoes thing? I mean, is that what she's trying to establish?
Yeah,
here?
I think that's what it is. I think she is trying to establish it's bros before hoes, and that's what I thought.
And we're all committed to each other, and we're in this together.
Right. And so the reason why she's trying to play up the bros before hoes thing is so that she can act shocked that he did something. She's giving, and the reason why she's doing the bros before hoes is because she's giving herself preemptive permission to be alone with this guy. I can be alone with this guy because I'm engaged, he's married, and my fiance and my best friend's husband are great friends, so I can be alone with him. No, wrong answer.
Yeah.
No. And the reason, and it's funny, when women tell these stories, they include these things for a reason. When women put this stuff on Reddit, they don't post anything by accident. This is not just some random. No, she went through. Ooh, wait a minute. I would like to see. There you go. There it is. There it is, Dev. I would love to see the red line version of this. Maybe she should send this to Anthony Johnson's lawyer to review this. Maybe at that point we'll get the red line version. But listen, I say that in jest, but it's true. I'd like to see what this looked like the very first time she wrote it out.
Yeah.
What she added in.
Backstory is like, they've been friends for 3 years.
Friends
and
forever.
She's had threesomes with this girl before she met her fiance, and
I don't think so. I don't think that's.
I know, but you never know what these people could be cutting out of this stuff. So.
Yeah, but listen, you could be right, but there's nothing in here that would suggest that. Though, if we were to find out that's what happened, I wouldn't be surprised. So she says, well, my fiance and I got engaged a month ago. Sometime in mid-January, we were at this friend's house. My fiance, boyfriend at the time, and my friend had already went to bed, and the husband and I were watching movies per usual. Here's something else that this story has in common with yesterday's story, is that everybody is in the same room, and the two people who are committed to the other person, they go to bed. Yesterday's story, he was out of town, and her sister and her boyfriend were there, along with the ex-boyfriend of her sister. What's your ex-boyfriend doing hanging out with you, your sister, and her boyfriend? Right? Well, it's
boundaries, people.
Well, it's funny we say boundaries, but this is everybody's fault.
Yeah.
This is why I tell guys, Devin. And people always freak out when I say no bars or, I don't commit to women who go to bars or clubs. I don't commit to women who do this or that. Mm-hmm. And then all I get is, oh, you're toxic, you're insecure, blah, 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 blah. Well, if I were to ever say, well, I don't commit to women who hang out with their ex-boyfriends, or I don't commit to women who hang out with other men unaccompanied or unsupervised. Oh my God, you're so toxic, you're so insecure. Devin, this is 2 straight days. We're coming here with stories with women who fucked another man, and they're trying to blame it on EPAR. We'll go through this and see if we can verify this woman's story, but that's really what this is.
And it's not even to protect her safety and physically. It's to protect her reputation.
Her relationship and her reputation and your relationship.
Right. Like,
the only time women don't want you to protect your relationship by prohibiting behaviors that are conducive to infidelity is if she doesn't really want to be in that relationship. At that point, you're just a placeholder.
Right.
We are always the last ones to go to bed, but we always play games, watch movies, or shoot the shit. So again, she's telling us this is a regular thing. It is a regular thing for us to hang out at their house. My fiance and my best friend, they always go to bed early, as per usual. That's bullshit. That doesn't always happen. The reason why she put that in there, I can promise you that is not true. That is all cap. The reason she's saying that is because that's giving herself permission once again to be alone with the best friend's husband. Oh, this happens all the time. And I've done this with him plenty of times. And she's trying to build trust with us. She does this all the time, so nothing has happened then, so surely nothing would happen now. So don't hold me accountable for putting myself in a situation that had previously worked out swimmingly.
Well, I run every other red light on Wednesdays, and I've never been in an accident. Do you want to see how long that lasts for?
I mean, listen,
I could try it.
That's a great analogy. And you may very well could get away with it for a little while. But if you don't get T-boned or stopped by the cops, most people would think you're capping.
Right.
That's just how it is. But yes, the reason why, and I want to reiterate this, the reason why she says per usual. She wants us to think they do this all the time. So when people ask her in the comments, why were you alone with the fiance? Why were you alone with the husband? She's preemptively, oh, no. The reason I'm alone with the husband is because we do this all the time. My fiance and my friend had already gone to bed, and we just stay up and play games and watch movies and shoot the shit per usual.
Which just makes it more likely that something off is going to happen. It doesn't make it right. It makes it even dumber.
No, what I'm telling you, Devin, is that this is not true. This situation doesn't happen all the time. Listen. She fucked her fiance's friend, or she fucked her best friend's husband. That's what happened. But what she's telling us, let's listen. What she's telling us is that we're always at their house. My fiance and her husband and my fiance always go to bed early, and we always hang out and shoot the shit as per normal. The reason why she is telling us this is to give herself permission to be alone with the husband, because she knows people are going to ask, why were you alone with this guy if he's not your husband? In our minds, she's thinking, we'll preemptively say, well, why was she alone? Oh, wait a minute. This is per usual. So that really sort of douses those questions. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why women do that. It's so funny. I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick through a lot of these and just come up with these techniques. We were watching Twilight. While we were watching Twilight, he says, can I tell you something? Sure, she says, all gleefully. And he proceeds to tell me all of these nasty things that he would like to do to me. I keep telling him, you have a wife, she's my best friend. I just thought he was super drunk. Surely this is a mistake. Somehow I make the excuse to, quote, go to bed during this, and I just freeze. I didn't sleep. Let me stop it right here. Let's just say that you weren't in a relationship, and you were at your let's just say that you had a guy you were just seeing, a guy you were just fucking casually, and you were at your friend's house, and let's just say you're at Kim's house, okay? Mm-hmm. You're the guy you're smashing, and Kim's husband and Kim go upstairs to go to sleep. And Kim's husband comes to you and says, I want to lick your toes, I want to do blah 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 blah, all this sexual stuff. What would you do in that particular circumstance?
I would say that's not appropriate and remove myself from the situation, and then I would let you know, and we wouldn't be hanging out there anymore. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to. Well,
no, I'm talking about a guy you're dating.
Huh?
I said a guy that you're dating or smashing. Yeah. You wouldn't let me know because you wouldn't be over there in the first place.
Well, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotcha.
The point is that her rebuttal to this was, you have a wife. She's my best friend. Wait. Hold on.
I'm so flattered.
Yeah, listen, how about, whoa, wait a minute. What the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Like, dude, you're married. Like, what? No, you have a wife. She's my best friend. It's almost as though she's telling us in this little, she's kind of giving us a glimpse, like it's almost like a shit test. He's shit testing her, like, hey, is this girl really gonna suck my dick? You have a wife, she's my best friend. It's like she's telling herself this over and over again, almost as a way to stop tempting herself to fuck this guy.
Yeah, it's almost like she's trying to look for excuses instead of calling it what it is.
Yes.
Like,
which is what?
Which is inappropriate, lewd behavior.
Yep.
Like, nope, sorry, dude. Hey, you must be pretty drunk. Good night.
I think this is all untrue. I don't believe that. I think this is a setup. I think this is a setup here.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I know so.
Or do you think that he said that and she was like, "Oh, no, you have a wife," and then she couldn't sleep because she was thinking about all the nasty things?
No. This is all cap. The reason this whole paragraph, her and him watching Twilight, and him telling her that he wants to do all these nasty things to her, that is all cap. Because what she is trying to do is she's trying to make this premeditated. Okay? She's trying to make this premeditated. No man says, I want to do X, Y, and Z, and then she just goes back and then nothing happens. No. He either makes a move or he doesn't.
Right.
The reason she told this story is to give us the motive, the premeditation. Oh, okay. He wants you. He says he wants to smash you. And you're telling him, you have a wife, she's my best friend. In that paragraph, by the way, she never says that she does not want him.
Yeah, there's no disqualifiers.
Nope.
There's no
Nope.
thank you. No, thank you.
Nope, there's no, I don't want him because I'm engaged to my fiance.
Right.
No, her comeback was, you have a wife, she's my best friend. How about you're married, how about I'm married or I'm engaged and I love my fucking man. I'm not trying to fuck you. Nope.
Right.
You have a wife, she's my best friend. Fast forward a couple of weeks, and this guy gets me so drunk that I do not hardly remember a thing. So let me get this straight. So this guy tells you he wants to lick your toes and eat the booty and all this other kind of crazy, nasty stuff to you. You tell him you have a wife, she's my best friend. You're like, you know what? Maybe this was just, listen, man. Maybe this is just a mistake. She disqualified herself there because she made an excuse to go to bed and she just froze. She didn't sleep. So if this was such a traumatizing experience, what is she doing back at this dude's place and allowing her to get her so drunk she blacks out?
That would be the question of the day, sir.
Well, I'll tell you the reason why. Because this didn't happen. This was not fast forward a couple of weeks. When he fucked her, this was a one-time thing. I think this was an affair and somebody found something out. But listen, I think it's clear. We don't know what happened because we weren't there, but I know what didn't happen, and that's what she's telling us.
Yeah, and the alcohol is just a reason
there
to
it is.
not...
There it is. She's removing herself from accountability.
Yeah.
This guy gets me so drunk that I do not remember anything. So I'm sorry. So did he tie you up, put a funnel in your mouth, and just pour the liquor down your throat?
Yeah.
So he made you to... Okay, well, I guess that's what happened. No, bitch. Nobody can get you drunk. You get yourself drunk. Just because he pours you a drink and you decide to drink it doesn't mean he got you drunk. If he gave, we know he didn't get her drunk. Maybe he poured her a drink, but maybe that's what she's saying. If a man pours you a drink and you drink the drink, that's not him getting you drunk. That's you getting yourself drunk. It's like these fat bitches. Out here talking all this shit about how, the reason I'm fat is because of XYZ. Myron says this all the time. You are in control of every morsel you put into your body.
Yeah.
The establishment didn't get you fat. McDonald's didn't get you fat. You got yourself fat. Nobody tied you down and made you eat. Similar story of that his wife and my boyfriend had already fallen asleep. See that? See that? So now she's bringing this back. She's bringing this back here, right? She told us this bullshit story about, they fell asleep. Same circumstances, same condition. The reason she's saying this, Dev, is because she wants to lull us into a false sense of security in such a way that tells us, I can see why she would feel secure in this situation.
I mean, this is exactly why she shouldn't feel secure in this situation.
Exactly right. That's exactly
right.
right.
Why would you be in this uncomfortable thing that made you freeze and not able to sleep and then go right back into that same situation unless you wanted to be there?
Yeah.
And the alcohol is just an excuse.
There you go. She's
my
already
God, we were drunk.
She's already removed herself from accountability. She's already done this several times. What I do remember, even though she blacked out, is him groping me, kissing my neck, and my trying to push his hands away when he went towards my bottoms. I drink socially on weekends, but I am normally always able to hold my liquor. I have never blacked out like this before. When I woke up, I had cocooned myself in a blanket on my couch. Yeah, by the way, this was at my house, and he had wedged himself behind me. So, like I said before, she's trying to say that she was in the fetal position as though she had just undergone some sort of trauma, and he was there behind her trying to grope her. This was about 6 weeks ago. I told my boyfriend, fiance, pretty recently.
I like all the details she left out.
Like what?
So did they have sex or not?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
I mean,
she
can remember most of it.
Listen, if she got blackout drunk, I would imagine that she probably can't remember anything, right? So she said that I told my boyfriend pretty recently after the second incident, I was EPAR'd by an ex-boyfriend and all I could do was have flashbacks. Devin, I say this on here all the time. If the words I was EPAR'd spelled backwards comes out of her mouth, she is radioactive, whether it's true or not. If it's true, she's damaged beyond all repair. There's nothing that you're going to be able to do. There's nothing you're going to be able to do, okay? She's going to turn your life upside down through no fault of her own or your own, but her pain is not your problem. I was talking about that with the 42-year-old born-again Christian virgin.
She's using trauma like she used alcohol earlier in the story.
Yep.
It's all to skirt accountability.
Yep.
And not to mention, it's not like she was raped by a stranger or raped by
Raped. EPAR'd.
someone she didn't know.
Say EPAR, please.
EPAR.
Thank you. By someone she didn't know.
Right. Then, I mean, an ex-boyfriend, that could mean anything.
That's exactly right. Could be an ex-fling. It could be ex-anybody.
Yeah.
Right?
And it could be someone she could have post-coital consent withdrawal.
Oh, retroactively withdrawing
There you
consent?
go. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was looking for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like a girl gets fucked and chucked, and she's like, okay, well, he EPAR'd me. That's usually the way that goes. But when she says I was EPAR'd by an ex-boyfriend, all I could do was have flashbacks. So I just said, if the words I was EPAR'd comes out of her mouth, she's radioactive. I already told you what happens. If it's true, there's nothing you can do about that. You can't. That's a bad situation. If she is lying, that means that she could just throw that accusation onto anybody or anything, including a man that she slept with. And now she's using this to try to get away. Women are using EPAR now to get away with cheating.
Yeah.
And this is I'm sure that there are hundreds of Reddit posts just like this. But she said that she was EPAR'd by an ex-boyfriend and all I could do is have flashbacks. We don't know whether that's true or not, but at this point, I can readily say that I doubt that. Because a woman who is EPAR'd by her ex-boyfriend would not get blackout drunk in the presence of a man who is not her boyfriend or husband.
Not only that, wouldn't do it with someone who's previously made her uncomfortable.
There you go. Unless she what? Wants to be there.
Yeah.
There you are. There you go. Well, I told her tonight I've been so scared. I love my friend so much, but she deserved to know I deserve to not hold it in. I was so scared she would disown or blame me. That's where she's telling the truth. She fucked her friend's husband, and she was like, well, wait a minute. If I tell her this, then I'm afraid that she's going to blame me or disown me.
It's almost like she's more worried about losing her friendship than her fiance.
And, this is interesting. I don't know which she's more afraid to lose because we don't know her, but I do know this. She said that she was scared to tell her friend. She was not scared to tell her fiance. You want to know why?
Why?
Because she knows that women know women. That's why. She knows that women know women. She knows I can just tell my fiance any old thing and he'll just go ahead and believe me. But if I tell my friend, women know how other women operate. That's the reason why she was scared. And she didn't. Of course, she cried and cried, but she wasn't surprised. That's interesting that she was not surprised. Now, this is where she tells on herself, but she wasn't surprised. That means that either she knows that her friend had the hots for her husband, vice versa, or both. So why would your friend not be surprised that her husband EPAR'd you? That's to me, that's very strange to say. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. I thought you had more to add.
She wasn't surprised. It's almost like she confessed to that, not that it was EPAR, that it was consensual, and oops, I accidentally fell on his you-know-what.
Yep.
But she's like, oh, it's okay. I understand.
My heart absolutely breaks for her. She was actually scared I wouldn't want to be friends with her anymore. Where's my, hold up. Where is it?
Cat.
Yeah. Dude. See, this is when women run awry when telling these stories, is when they exaggerate. Not only did she add this in, she exaggerated. Why in the world? Why would a woman's friend, if you're a woman, okay, and
I would be.
yes, if you're a woman and your husband allegedly EPARs your best friend, why would you be afraid of your best friend not wanting to be your best friend anymore if you're not surprised your husband EPARs your best friend?
Yeah, the not surprised thing is
Yeah,
a monkey wrench.
That's that's kind of a dead giveaway, because at that point, if this is true, then husband goes to jail. They remain friends, but
right.
Yeah, she told on herself when she said, but she wasn't surprised. That I believe. Weird. Yeah, again, when women try to go all, well, she was actually scared that I wouldn't want to be friends with her anymore. Dude, come on. I told her I would always love her and stick by her side. I just needed to get this out. Thanks for reading. So right here at the end, now we're going to go through these. She says, yes, I knew these comments would come, which is why I debating on even posting here. There's your test drive theory again. Mm-hmm. Number 1, why were you alone together, staying up watching Twilight in the living room when we've watched movies / played games for years now? What did I tell you? Her answer, this is someone who I trusted, who had become a good friend. I never suspected his intentions before, and I obviously know my intentions.
He told you his intentions.
He said he wanted to lick your toes and eat the booty.
Yeah. I mean, when someone tells you that, you take it seriously.
Oh, no, but remember, he was drunk, right? Maybe he was drunk, maybe no, sweetheart, that's not a one-off. Drunk words are sober thoughts, sweetheart.
I disagree.
You don't think drunk words are sober thoughts?
No, I don't. That's not the part I disagree with.
Oh.
In the first story that she had, she said that he confessed that he wanted to do all these nasty things to her.
Yeah.
But there was no alcohol involved there.
No, she said maybe he was too drunk.
Oh, okay.
She said maybe he was drunk because she said, I thought he was just drunk.
Oh, okay, never
There's
mind.
Alcohol involved. I think she was probably drinking then, too.
Yeah. This seems to be a common thread.
Yes. Well, it's not a common it's all the excuses, right? Mm-hmm. My boyfriend and her husband went to bed. We were both drinking a lot. I blacked out. I woke up, and all of a sudden, I had semen running down my leg. That's what this is. That's what this is. That's what happens. These bitches actually think we believe this shit.
Wow, you're responsible for yourself, your mind, your body, and everything you put in it. It really pisses me off how people try to to say that, oh, well, I'm going to take this action, but anything I do hereafter, I'm not going to be responsible for, and I'm the victim.
There you
and
go.
That's just not how life works.
She's skirting accountability.
Yes.
Dev is what she's doing. Anything, this whole situation, at every turn, every woman always do their level best to put in these little nuggets and cookies to skirt accountability. This is ridiculous. Question number 2, why did you let it happen a second time? She says, I'm laughing at this one. No, she's not, because she knew the question would come. I don't remember him getting me drunk. She says, I repeat, I do not remember drinking. Oh my God.
Then how did she know she drank? How did she know she was drunk?
That is unbelievable.
How do you not know you were drinking?
I don't remember him getting me drunk. I repeat, I do not remember him drinking. So let me get this straight. He goes to your house, takes a club, clubs you over the head, knocks you out. You wake up, you're tied to a chair in a basement with your head tied back. He puts a funnel down your throat, bloop, 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 and he pours the vodka down your throat. And I guess you don't remember that. Because you can swallow involuntarily, right?
Yes, you can. You can.
Jesus fucking Christ, these fucking bitches. Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy.
I have blurred memories the second time of pushing him away and passing out and puking and waking up on the couch. So you know what? Maybe he did force me to drink. I wish I knew. Are you fucking serious with this? Like, are you kidding me with this?
Didn't she say didn't she say that he got her drunk?
He got her so drunk.
And now she says she doesn't remember him getting her
So
drunk.
which is it? Which is it? Did you drink or not?
And not only that, if you're going to get that drunk, there's going to be evidence of said alcohol being drank.
Well, she said, I puked.
Not to mention, she's in her own house.
This is such bullshit, dude. Number 3, why didn't you tell your friend / fiance the first time? You know, telling your friend and your fiance that their husband and friend respectively did something isn't the easiest thing in the world. Why didn't she just report it? Why is she waiting until just now? So sorry it took me a couple of weeks to process the drama. There's your gaslighting. Why didn't she go to the cops? Why didn't she just report it? And now she's like, oh, I'm sorry. It took me a couple of weeks to process the drama. That's the gaslighting. the gaslighting and the filibustering. And now she'll go, oh, no. If this were a live conversation, why did you wait so long until now? Well, it just took me a couple of weeks to process it. You know, women are EPAR'd every day.
So,
this is what women do.
So the correct way, say something like this did happen, and she doesn't know how she got drunk, and she doesn't know what happened, and
Of course
she wakes up
does.
and she's like, okay, you know what you do? You say, you wake up, sit down, you wake up, sit down, you wake up, sit down. Something just happened here. We need to talk about it and get it all out in the open.
No.
Not this retroactive, like,
Dev,
ugh.
baby, sweetie, listen, I hear you, and I hear you trying to give this woman the benefit of the doubt. That did not happen.
I know it's not, but
It
I'm just
did.
saying.
No. There is no hypothetical situation here, man. Dude, bitches have rape Tourette's, man. And dudes, listen, what it comes down to it, man, is dudes are not taking chances anymore. Look, we got the former vice president, Mike Pence. He doesn't even want to be in his office alone with a woman.
Yeah.
All a woman has to do is say, he did X, Y, Z to me, and everybody just rushes to believe them. At least they do on a Reddit.
Yeah.
This is just ridiculous. In the end...
Well, I mean, you'll be socially ostracized if you say.
Close with the mic, sweetie.
You'll be socially ostracized if you say otherwise.
Ridiculous. In the end, I know what happened. Wait a minute.
I thought she said she didn't know what happened.
She says, I wish I knew. So, do you know what happened, or do you not? In the end, I know what happened. You guys don't know other things that he has done to other people. Here we go. So now the husband is a serial EPARist. I came here for support, and while I didn't expect all love, anticipated some rude comments, some of y'all being just cruel. I know what happened. My fiance knows, and my friend knows. Y'all ain't gonna ruin my day.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Edit, too.
Is that some C-thrim I detect there?
Maybe. Could be. Y'all. I'm almost in tears at the support. Oh, thank you so much. I know negative Nancys are out there, but so many of you have all reached out with your love. This is what this sub is all about. No, sweetheart. What you did is you told your version of the events to make you feel better about the fact that you fucked your best friend's husband, gave a bullshit story. Those people swallowed it and liked the taste, and now they're regurgitating it back to you. That's really all that's happening. Also, many of you have mentioned / reached out about suspicions of being drugged. Unfortunately, this has crossed my mind. This woman is not too educated. She is very ignorant. Ignorant. See, we'd be able to hear that if we had our headphones on.
Okay.
Maybe in the future we'll do that.
I think it's better when we do it, when we're the soundboard.
Ignorant. Stop the cap.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Trajecting. Yeah, no, the fuck you didn't. Unfortunately, this has crossed my mind and several of my friends' minds too, all of which you know this man. I work in a hospital and am close with several medical doctors, so I'll get their thoughts. Again, thank you for the support.
Tested the next day.
Say what?
You work in a hospital, just get tested the next day.
You want to know why she didn't get tested the next day?
Because there was no...
Because she fucked him consensually, that's why. I am by no means against constructive advice, but for those of you who have been downright cruel, I encourage you to speak to other individuals who are victims of SA to gain some perspective. It's not something you think you can fully understand until you've experienced it. More gaslighting, people asking for proof, and are saying you don't know what it's like. Now, I actually did go through these comments.
Did you? I didn't.
I did. And unlike yesterday, I saw 0 comments that challenged her on her story. Dude, not one.
This is terrible.
I
I'm
keep,
so
yes,
sorry.
oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for sharing your story. The husband's a piece of crap. Blah, 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 blah. Give me time. Give me time. I'm scrolling down. Please press charges. Oh, here we go. What the fuck is up with the victim shaming comments? Where are the mods? How the fuck can anyone think this is her fault? Okay, so there was your first call to action.
Well, these are the same people that are like, oh, well, if you dress like a stripper and walk down the street, people catcall you, then it's your fault. You should be able to wear whatever you want when you're outside, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
blah,
you
blah.
can.
You can.
You know what's interesting? I had this conversation with Tatiana when I lived in Vegas. She was on this feminist bullshit. What did she say? She says, I don't care. I can go outside and walk naked. If somebody rapes me, he's wrong. I said, you're absolutely right. But why would you walk down the street naked? Fucking crickets. I told her, look, man, you're responsible. You're responsible. Listen, is the rapist wrong? Absolutely. But don't put yourself in a position that makes the bad guys easy to get you.
Well, this is why you don't cook pasta in the nude, right?
Oh my God.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that.
All right.
This stuff spills over.
Of course. So you can see all of these comments. Look at all these comments removed by the moderator.
Oh wow.
How much do you want to bet? Look at it, all these. How much do you want to bet? Yep. This is why we can't find any. This is why we can't find any comments challenging her story, because all of them were removed by the moderator.
Yeah.
All of them were removed by the moderator.
Well, this is a place for support, not
Yeah.
questioning the victimhood of the victim.
Yeah, it's absolutely stupid.
Wow.
Girls can just go. And guys, this is on 2X chromosomes. This story is such bullshit. It really is. All right, let's read these super chats here.
Okay.
DJ Berserk. Oh, there he is. DJ Berserk with the $5 super chat says he is ready. I appreciate that very, very much. Blah, 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 blah. Slam Bright says Devin Sharpe is actually stunning and brave, unlike these proud single moms. Okay. She calls me King, says just an opinion, but the background music is a little bit loud. Then another $5 super chat says perfecto. Appreciate
Perfecto.
that. DJ Berserk says someone robs you, you call the cops. They may not find them, but it's on record. So you're telling me EPAR is what you don't report? Yeah, exactly, dude. This is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Let's read a few other of these comments. Let's see. I agree with you. Working with tigers. Yeah, right. Manny Lopez is working with tigers. No surprise when you lose an arm. Yeah, just remember the whole Siegfried and Roy thing. Mm-hmm. And Roy does not have anything against the tiger.
Nope.
Even
Same
the
with
girl.
Tiger King.
Yeah, even the girl. Remember the girl who lost her hand? She still works there. If I'm not mistaken, does not blame it on the tiger.
You don't stick your arm in the cage.
Yeah, there you go.
They told me not to.
Yeah, right.
She was funny.
Manny Lopez says gets me so drunk, way to avoid personal responsibility. Yujiro Kamara says I feel so deprived. In 40 years, I've never had the privilege to be drunk enough to forget. Beer goggles are a cruel mistress. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the whole Twilight thing had me suspect a little bit.
What the fuck is a grown man is watching Twilight? That is such bullshit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Like at least, put it like Free Guy or like a good movie.
Yeah, Free Guy was really good.
Yeah, it was fun.
J Blaze 11 says drunk on lust. Manny Lopez says she blacked out off of 3.6 hard mics and White Claw. Yeah, it's interesting. I bought a bottle of Everclear, 190 proof Everclear.
Wow, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's 190 proof. Yep, 190 proof Everclear, and I've taken shots of 136 proof. What was it? 136 proof whiskey before, and that was pretty fucking strong. So I decided, all right, I'm gonna take this shot of Everclear, and I'm gonna be good for the night. I took the shot of Everclear, and it burned, but not as much as I thought it burned. And my chest got warm, but not to the point where I was like coughing. And it was underwhelming. I thought this shit was gonna knock my socks off. You remember, I'm sitting there for a half an hour. I'm like, dude, I don't really feel anything. I took another shot of Everclear. At that point, I started to feel a little bit of something.
A little warm.
Yeah, a little bit warm, but it was underwhelming.
I'm kind of glad. I couldn't imagine you drunk on like Jägermeister, or like Goldschlager or something like that.
Yeah. That's the first time I ever got drunk was off of a Goldschlager.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. That's why I'll never drink that stuff again.
I had a friend who drank so much Jägermeister, he peed in his closet, thought it was the bathroom.
Was it really? Oh, my God. Fucking hell. Well, the next time we see them, I'm going to have to
bring them a bottle.
I'm going to have to bring that up. Yeah. What is it, Jägermeister? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And by the way, this friend that she's talking about got me discounts on all my Apple stuff. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Robert Eliezer, $5, says, had to hop on this one. Been a while since I've been on a live stream. Shout out from Jacksonville. Yeah, man, it's been a while, Robert. It has been a long, long while. Okay, guys, so what is going to happen now is I'm going to switch over to, I'm going to switch over and get the, let me switch cameras here quickly.
Love is blind.
Yes, the Love is Blind breakdown. But before we go, Dev, I want you to stand up and show everyone your belly button piercing.
Ooh, it's still pretty red.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right,
So I made Devin get 2 belly button piercings. Yep, there you go. 2 belly button piercings, and yep, and they look a lot better than they did yesterday. So,
Yeah, it's okay. Yes,
all right.
I have a scar.
Okay, you can
Make fun of my belly.
sit back down now. Yeah.
I just took a picture out with.
Which one? Which one? Oh, Steve the Dean and Lucario. Okay, good.
about that.
That's quite all right. Anyway, so yeah, that's what. So Dev is gonna head downstairs now and take out one of my.
Steaks.
Yeah, take out one of my big steaks. And thank you very much to the lovely and talented Devin. Any last thoughts?
I love you.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Never mind. Get out of here. Gee, she's always trying to be. I love you.
Here, you want some flavored water?
Oh yes, please. I would like some very much. I would like some very much. All right, guys. So I'm gonna do a Love Is Blind breakdown. You guys know that I cannot do it. Hang on a second. Hang on. Ah, here we go. There we go. I'm doing a Love Is Blind breakdown, so but if you want to watch for free, all you have to do is download the Sharpe Stream app. It is absolutely free. The Sharpe Stream app is absolutely free, and I'm gonna have to use my headphones for this one. So go to sharpestream.com, or you can download the Sharpe Stream. Actually, you can only watch it for free on the Sharpe Stream mobile app. If you are a member on Sharpe Stream, you can chat. If you're not, you can still watch for free. And then, of course, I will put the breakdown. On Patreon before the night. So, at any rate, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys over on Sharpe Stream in a couple minutes. What is up, my brothers from another mother? Guess that is the Rich Cooper introduction. It is that time. It is time to Netflix and chill. It is time to Netflix and chill. We are about to break down the Love is Blind. If you guys want to watch, again, download the Sharpe Stream app. You guys know where to find it. So at this point, I'm going to say goodbye to my Facebook audience, my Twitch audience, my MGTOW.TV, and